Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. So I'm coming back with my last little play from the Festive Joy collection from the Hunkydory Blockbuster. And this one is called A Warm Welcome. So you've got the beautiful door with the snow. You've got our circle wreath here. We've got the bow close up there. Warmest wishes. We've got a tag with the door on. All hearts come home for Christmas. Sentiment. Sort of button with gifts on. And family is the greatest gift. And that's the printed cardstock with that beautiful door. And then the foiled one has this lovely border along the sort of mistletoe there, and these would be lovely if you just got some red pearls and just went over all of those berries, which I have done before, I have to be honest. Okay, so I'm going to be doing two simple cards today. I think sort of wanted to get things sort of wrapped up quite early with the video today, because Geronimo's coming today, so we are trying to sort of just get a few things done. So I'm going to start with a 5x7 card, and this I've just bought the A3 ink me cardstock from Hunkydory, and I've just scored it at 7, one page at 7, and then cut it at 5, and I get 2 sheets out of that, two sort of card blanks out of the one sheet. So I'm going to have to take a piece of A4 gold mirroring. Obviously the 6x6 mirroring mats will not do. Just put that to the side, and I'm cutting it at 1/8 of an inch or 2 notches under the 5, and then the same under the 7. And that will go into the bit box. That should, so you can see all of my t-shirt there. That should fit onto there quite nicely. And then I'm also going to do something I don't usually do, which is to use the image on the printed cardstock. And this is just exactly what I really do mostly with anything that's left over. Now what I want to do is just check. So for the length, I want it to be 4 3/4. And what I'm seeing is if I go to the edge of this sort of tree bough on this side, I should be able to turn that round, cut that at 4 3/4, and we've centered that up quite nicely. And then we want that at 6 3/4 for that length. And that one's going to pop onto there quite nicely. There we go. And then we've got, oops, those 2 pieces. I mean, that could be a border in itself or going down the page, so we will keep that. And I do want to pop out this border here. Let's just chop on there. So what I'm going to do is just neaten that up. I'm going to cut that to 4 3/4. That's going to go along the top. We've still got a decent sized piece there that is just under 6, so we could still use that on a 6x6. And this is going to be going across the top, and then we'll have a, what will we have? We will have a sort of button as well, maybe the gift, something like that. That in itself is quite pretty, but I'm going to pop that one away. So this is going to be probably the simplest, quickest card you've ever made. Let's turn it the right way around so I do get it the right way around. And the glues I'm going to be using, I use 2 glues, so the Clow All Purpose and the Clow Tacky Glue. I do say it every time, but both of these glues do work brilliantly well on their own. I tend to use 2 just for the sake of the video, and because I love the all-purpose too much. Let's just get that on nice and straight. That's good. And then we're going to come in with this one here. Again, so I've just got a glue string there. And then popping that down. I think I might be coming down with a cold because I can smell the glue today. Normally I don't smell it at all. Okay, so that's our piece gone on. Now what I do want to do is just grab some 2mm foam pads and we will raise this up. And this has got with love, I think. Yeah, with love and some gifts on, so you could really just put this on and leave it at that. But I am going to use one of those small button toppers as well. Let's use our purple glue stick. Getting to the end of now, which is a bit sad. But I have got one more there. We're just going to pop that around about there. It needs to come down just a little, but I think we'll be fine. And then I've got my gift, which I'm going to pop there. I did say this was going to be a super quick card today, so I hope you don't feel shortchanged. I'm going to pop that. So actually, is that straight? Let me just double check. Could just go with going a tad. Okay. For this one, what I'm going to do is just take one 2mm foam pad. I'm going to just put that on the bottom. We'll add a little bit of glue. I'm going to pop a little bit of tacky. And then we're just going to pop that down. And just so that, I mean, that on its own would be perfect, but just to elevate it just that little bit more, I'm going to bring in my quickie glue pen. So any sort of little glue pens all would be perfect for this. You could go all down the sides and do it that way, but what I'm going to do is just go along this rooftop, maybe a little bit in the middle, and again any sort of dark patches you can add in. Over these bushes, over this little tree, so really just picking up the image more than the sides, so just so that we're really focusing in on that. I'm just squiggling really, no real rhyme or reason to it. I'm hoping my pen is working. Yeah, I can see glue there. And then I'm going to use some Deco Art Glamour Dust, just my favourite really fine glitter. And we can pop that over, all the way over. Let's just turn that upside down, give that a little bit of a flick. You can see the glitter is also where I didn't put any glue, but what I will do is once that's dried, I go over it with a really fine, it's like a blusher brush, but it is a paintbrush, that one. But if you've got a blusher brush that's clean, that would be fine, and that would just clean up those edges. But that is card number 1. Told you it's going to be quick, and I'm just going to get set up for card number 2. Okay, so for card number 2, just bringing in a 6x6 card blank. This one happens to have a linen texture just because I'm using those up out of my stash. And then I'm going to bring in my trimmer. I'm going to bring in a dusty. 6 by 6 mini mat, and I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch or 2 notches off 2 of the sides, and that's just going to give me like a 1/16 of an inch border or 1 notch border all the way around, or at least it should do. It's just slightly under, but that is going to be fine. And then I'm going to come to this piece here, and I'm going to cut it at 5 3/4. And I've just rotated it around just because there's a bit of shadow where that sort of door frame was. And this would be perfect if you've got any sort of swirling snowflake embossing folders. That would be perfect. You could go with dots, anything Christmassy, snow, whatever you fancy if you wanted to. And then what I'm going to do, no, I don't need that, not yet anyway. I'm going to grab a ruler. And I'm going to grab a piece of vellum. And what I want to do is if I line it up around about 1 inch, and I'm just going to put my ruler the right way around. That's going to help. And there are rulers, tearing rulers, that will give you different finishes on your tearing. If you tear it towards you, you do get the white edge towards you. You know, it does look pretty nice. And I want that to be around about 2 inches. And so it is quite neat with this one. You could go really wild and just roughly tear so you've got proper sort of all these torn edges more. So I just show you, so if I, and then we'll decide which one to use on the card. So you just kind of try and keep it sort of together. I will put that somewhere safe, and then again we want to go about 2 inches. So again I'm going to be tearing this towards me. Okay, and you could end up with something a bit like that. So we can decide which one we like best. I suspect I'm going to go with this one actually, and maybe glitter those edges, which I hadn't thought of doing before now, but since we've got the glitter out on the first card, maybe we should give it a go. And also this looks really lovely embossed as well. If you did happen to get the I think it's magazine 79, I think I didn't write it on, but I think it's 79, which may be still available. There was this free embossing folder, and that looks really nice with those words along there. But again, any embossing folder would be great. And all I'm going to do is just put the crease in, and put the crease in on that side, so it's going to go across like so. But before I stick that down, or do any sticking down, what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to bring in my Cloud Tacky Glue, because I want it to be quite chunky. And then what I'm going to do is just along that edge, just add a little coating of this glue. And I can use the nib to sort of smush it out. Don't need to go behind. And then super carefully do the other side. And you can leave it plain if you want. I just thought as soon as we've got the glitter out today, let's go for it. Let's have a completely glitter, and it just shows that you can use, you know, whatever glues you have. So again with this Decawart glue, just going to pop loads on, dump it off, and again all along this side here, dump it off, a little bit of a flick. And what I can do is just pop that to the side to sort of glue. It won't take very long by the time I've popped these bits together and popped my pieces out. So that all goes back in there. So hardly any waste really. So by the time I pop my topper out and everything, that should be dry. But let's go ahead and do a little bit of gluing. We don't want to glue that on yet. We can go ahead and pop this one on. Again, I'm going to use both of my glues. I love using glitter on cards. It's especially like if you're crafting first thing in the morning like I am today, because you sort of end up wearing glitter all day, which is magic. There we go. So that's that one there. And then I'm going to be using this circly one. Pop that out along. Oops, don't you be disappearing. And I am going to be using, I think I might go with the warm swishes. This may go along here, or I think it needs to go up in that corner, then maybe some gems in a swirl coming down. So that's what I'm going to be using on that card one. I'm just giving that another minute to set. What I'll show you is the bits I've got left over, just the vellum I picked up there. So we've got a nice size piece there, we've got a lovely border type piece there, I haven't even touched that. So this one could be a 5 by 7 with a step, and then this one, if we cut that to 6 by 6, we've got that beautiful border there. All it needs is a sentiment, maybe a bit of ribbon at the top, and you've got two beautiful cards there. You could even go smaller. You could even go to your 4 1/4 by 5, your A2 there. That would look gorgeous with those as well. Okay, let's pop that to the side, and let's just bring that in. I think we just have to be careful with that. Actually, what I can do, just give it another minute. Separate these out because I don't think I'm going to be using them all, and I'll trim those pips. Oops. Oop. A bit stiff, those pips. There we go. I'm just working my way around, and while I'm just trimming these pips, I mean, I know I've been saying how I've been having a bit of a clear out lately. Well, I'm having a really big clear out actually, and it's really helping to free up my mind. But yesterday I found 2 big bundles of Hunkydory ribbon, and that is the beautiful thing about having a clear out. You find all those things where you just put them in the wrong place. So those are going to go in. I don't think I'm going to use that, but it's ready for when I do. There we go. Put that to the side. I'm going to pop that on there. Okay, so let's grab a little bit of red liner tape for this vellum. Or parchment. This parchment was Anita's, which is a brand we have over here, but you know, Hunkydory do parchment as well. So you know, if you are shopping with them and you just need a little thing to bring you up to free shipping or free postage or whatever, then you know, those are the sort of things. It's still a little wet, so we'll have to be careful. You know, those are the things that can just help take you over that limit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just line that crease back up, line that one back up there. There we go. And then I'm just going to be super careful. We'll pop a little bit under there. It's going to be fine. It will hold it. in any case, all of the rest of the glue will hold this to the card. So trying to be super careful not to make a complete squishy mess. Might be worth doing these in advance, maybe the night before you want to use them, or at least just give it a little bit of time to dry. There we go, I think that's straight. Okay, so I know I'm going to go 2mm with this one here. So let's go ahead and just cut some of these down again. There we go. And I just work my way around with these. You have to let me know if you've started your Christmas crafting yet. I know they've got their big Christmas in July event going on at the moment, which is filled with lovely, lovely things. I think we've got another week to go, or another, I think it's 10 days long, they said. So still got a bit more time for that to finish. But you have to let me know what you've been doing. Are you still summer? Have to confess, I still haven't made my sister's birthday card, so it's now a belated card. We did buy her a present though. We bought her a rose. She kept saying she didn't want anything. She wants to just have an afternoon tea with us and stuff. So, but we felt like she deserves something because she's a good egg. I'm quite lucky. I've got my good sisters. Okay, so this has got a right and a wrong way. So it looks like we've got the poinsettia and the bow going across, and then this detail to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is just come over to the left and pop that down. Oops, I'll be all butterfingers. Oops, that's okay. Do I want to go flat or do I want... No, I'm going to go at 2mm with this as well. What I am going to do is just make sure I've got some pads to the end. Although, because the vellum isn't stuck onto the card at the front, just secured behind. So just want to make sure where it hits that red card, it's going to stick. And that will help keep that vellum in place as well. Although I don't think it would move, it is, that red liner tape is super, super sticky. And the other thing, of course, I haven't said, you know, if you didn't want to use the just plain parchment, they do have the parchment or vellum overlays, don't they? Or acetate. I kind of like the parchment idea because it sort of tones down all of that red. But, you know, you do you. Whatever floats your boat, you might like a more... There we go, I think that's going to be fine. Just give that a little squash down. And I need some more, or at least one more. Let's use that little one there, it's a funny shape as well. Trim it off the end, but that will be fine. There we go. And this one I'm just going to pop a little bit of tacky glue on for the wiggle room. Squash that in there, which is a bit annoying, but it will be fine. So I'm going to pop that one up there. And then I think the gold is going to go best with these. Possibly the green would look quite nice as well. But let's do my usual thing. So 1, same size. Let's go a little smaller. Let's go for, you come down there, that one, and we'll arrange those into place if we can get them to turn over nicely. Come on now, play the game. So like I said before, don't forget you can be embossing the this does not want to turn over. Come on now, behave. There we go, got him. Now we have the same problem with this one. Come on, turn over. There we go. Okay, now we can arrange. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3 up there, I think. That's going to look quite nice. So just a little spot of glue. There. And there. Just give that a little clean and we can pop that away. So I haven't yet got the inserts for this, but I will buy them and put an insert inside that. All I would do would be to cut that to 5 3/4, and I would just pop that on the inside. Okay, so that is card number 2. Let me just bring in card number 1 and grab that little brush and just clean that up a little bit, so a little bit more glitter comes off, but enough stays on just to give that beautiful effect. So those are our 2 cards today. Let's put them in the right way, 1 and 2. So that's me finished with Festive Joy, like I said in the beginning for this one. And I'm going to come back with one of the others next time, one of the other sets. We'll do 3 videos with that. I think I might go for the cute one next time if I can find that. I've got them all in a certain order. So I think I will go for cute next time. And we'll work our way through 3 cards of that. So thank you for watching. I will put some pictures up of Geronimo probably tomorrow. If I get some cute ones. How can there not be cute ones? He's a puppy. I haven't met him in real person yet, so I am super excited. But until next time, happy crafting. Take care. Bye.